I don't know if you can hear me. Maybe you're listening right now. I hope so. I found others. My family, if you can believe it. I hope you come find us. But be careful. Watch yourself. Morgan, take care of your boy. I'll try you again tomorrow at dawn. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. I wouldn't. Come back with me. Look, I'm here now. A lot of people are here now because you helped me right at the beginning.
This message is for Rick Grimes. It's Morgan Jones. Man, I'm gonna come and look for you, whether you're at Alexandria or not.
Welcome to NocBro Nation.
Welcome back, guys. Jarrell here.
And I'm Josh, and today we're here to talk about Morgan Jones. Does he need to return to The Walking Dead to finish his story?
Yes.
Absolutely.
And specifically, I think he might need to show up in The Ones Who Live. I think it would be good.
Ah, yes, The Ones Who Live.
It would be good because, you know, the final send-off for Morgan and Fear wasn't great, but the final scene we got was him getting on a radio, telling them that, hey, Rick Grimes, it's Morgan Jones, I'm coming to look for you. I mean, it's giving so much parallels that it's kind of like these two need to end this thing because they started it with each other. They need to end it with each other. You know, they found each other a couple times within the series, and it's like, not that Morgan has to have a big part in it, but I would think that it would be cool if, let's say, you know, because Morgan's going to go back to Alexandria. He's going to hear the news about what's going on, right? He could probably hear from Judith that, you know, Michonne is looking for him, maybe give an area that she might be in. And then Morgan Jones is going to set out for him. Now, not sure if he's going to leave Mo with the Alexandrians or Mo's going to come with him, whatever.
He can leave Mo.
He can leave Mo, yeah. But, I mean, it would be cool for then Morgan to kind of maybe catch up to Michonne and help her out. But I know they really want to keep it between, you know, Rick and Michonne and not have too many like cameos that would kind of bust that open, but they need something with Morgan. They definitely do.
Certainly set up the Easter egg for it.
Oh, yeah.
Or put an Easter egg in there for it. And you know, you don't do that for no reason. So do you think it'd be a disservice not to have him in the ones? He's not in The Ones Who Live. I mean, there's been no news of him being in that show.
There's no news of like a casting, but because if it's like a small cameo, they really wouldn't announce it. You know, just
they
won't spoil.
They could keep it, secret. I mean, that's what they did for. Wow,
Alicia.
Thank you.
Yeah, Alicia Denham Carey. Yeah, making her return. Yeah,
but you know they don't have a good track record of keeping that hush hush.
Well, actually, the Ones Who Live has been doing pretty well. The most stuff that I've been seeing lately on Twitter is Daryl Dixon. There's so many behind-the-scenes pictures and just leaked stuff getting out for Daryl Dixon. Like, we knew that Carol was coming back way before they announced it because all that stuff was leaked.
This is it's the Rick, the Rick Grimes.
Yeah.
You know, they're going to keep that as hush-hush as they can.
They have to. They definitely have to.
If he doesn't show up in The Ones Who Live, where does he show up?
Yeah, that's the thing, though.
It's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that you're not going to do any spin-offs with him. It's just
he's not. Let's put it this way: definitely not in Daryl Dixon.
No,
right?
Yeah,
obviously not going to happen.
Not in Dead City because that's 5+ years after the fact.
Unless you're creating another show, or unless you're doing another season of The Ones Who Live, I'm just not seeing where this is.
Yeah, because once again, we've said it before. There's been some theories out there that this is only going to be one season of The Ones Who Live, 6 episodes. That's it. We truly don't know yet. They've kind of kicked around. There could be multiple seasons. We really don't know yet, and we won't know until really this thing gets going, and we kind of hear maybe midway through the season if they say yes, season 2 is now confirmed. But they got to do something with Morgan. I think, we want the reunions and everything, but that's going to be tough with the whole cast. I think specific reunions would be with Judith and RJ, Daryl, of course, but, if he decides to stay in France, they're not going to have a reunion at all. But Morgan has to be one, but we're just basing this also of, Morgan's message saying that he's going to go look for Rick because that's what Morgan's end game is. So where is he going to fit in? Don't know yet, but we hope that he has something.
You know where the perfect fit for this would be an end credit scene.
Post-credit,
the ones who live.
Yeah,
right.
You
could do that post-production because we're past that now with The Ones Who Live. But I think that's probably the best fit. And it's simply just a radio call out to Rick Grimes. from Morgan. I mean, I know that's small, but I'm just not seeing anywhere else where it could fit in.
Yeah, and that'd be kind of a cool thing to do is, once they get in kind of range of each other and Morgan gets on the radio and they kind of talk through the radio or something.
Because they've always done that.
They've always done that, and Rick can say, yeah, come on home. And, we just kind of get that visualization of Morgan will finally, if he doesn't go to Alexandria already, if he's just, when he leaves Fear the Walking Dead, is he just automatically just searching for Rick during that time frame? And then maybe if he is, by the end, when Rick gets back, then Morgan gets on the radio, hears Rick says, come on home, and then that's kind of the cameo, is that they talk to each other that way.
The crazy thing is he has no idea what's happened to Rick.
Nothing.
Like, it's to him,
where do you
thinks
start?
Rick's still in Alexandria, thriving.
That's where I think he would go first, is that he's going to go search for you. He's going to go to Alexandria, and then when he gets there and they give him the information, then he's going to go back out and try to search again. So, yeah, it's... I in a way don't think he'll make a physical appearance, that we will see him. I do like your idea of something hearing his voice over the radio towards the end, a post-credit scene, something. If they are going to do another season of The Ones Who Live, that's when you could potentially plan on casting him for the second season, maybe for just one episode of him, not necessarily finding him, but you could say one episode of maybe searching for him, helping Michonne, and then at the end of the season, if that's it, then you can kind of have him, there with Rick and kind of like a reunion type thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's hard to say right now, of course, because there's limited details. They've kept things hush hush, which has been great. Yeah. Sometimes we want that, but hopefully soon we'll get titles and maybe plot details of the episodes that we can kind of go over and theorize, and maybe they could sprinkle some wording in there to maybe think like, oh, this could, Rick comes in contact with an old friend or something like, oh, is that Morgan? Like,
it'd be really cool once we get those, if we get them.
If we get them. Yeah, I don't think did we get them for Daryl? I think we did, but
we did.
It was really close to when it was starting. Yeah. And sometimes they give plot details of maybe like the first couple episodes, and then the rest, they don't give that out until the episode airs. So you can't really, not really get spoiled, but get a little bit of information of what they want to go to. So yeah, I mean, it's another one of those things, Morgan is looking for him. It would be nice to end it with those two as well, but there's bigger reunions people want to see, of course, but it all really depends on the timelines, especially for Daryl. And
it's interesting. I mean, we were told that all these characters' stories were going to be, closed up, though.
Yeah, definitive endings. Yeah, definitive endings. That's what they said each time. Definitive endings.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's not fair to say for Morgan, right? Because he wasn't gonna, he wasn't having that ending anyway.
Well, I mean, they even said it for Fear, that all the characters said definitive endings. They all did, so to speak. But Morgan's the only one that's now going back home. Dwight and Sherrick kind of going back home too, in a sense. But with them having Morgan go on the radio and give that line, it's like, okay, there's more left.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just give us that and then not do anything afterwards at all, because people would be pissed. So yeah, we're hoping that we get to see Morgan, at least some little cameo, whether physical appearance, maybe a voice over the radio, like Josh has said, in The Ones Who Live, to kind of solidify that story arc for Morgan and close it out with Rick, because of just the friendship and the connection that they've had in this series. They first, when Rick woke up, who was the first person he met? Morgan.
Yeah.
They found each other numerous times. They split up. It's only right to kind of really close that out in a good way, but we'll have to wait and see, I guess. Yeah. So yeah, let us know your thoughts, guys, in the comments. We cannot wait for The Ones Who Live to start February 25th. Oh, it's going to be so good.
I know, I can't wait.
We can't wait. Stay tuned for our reactions for that and much more. I'm Jarrell.
I'm Josh.
We're NocBro Nation.
We're out.